Okay. Hey everyone, it's Thursday. It's the 2nd of April 2026, and this is your daily indie game dev. Your dose of just a little update, making a game in my spare time so we can follow along if you want. Maybe you have ideas how I can do things a little bit better. An Unreal Engine playing on my controller. Yesterday I added a little splashy animation, and I did that so that when the player dives into the water, he leaves a splash. And here it is. And what I discovered was I could not get the C node, which is this thing right here in the blueprint for the main character, in the viewport. It's just slow down with the scroll wheel, go up with E, so there's a little character. There are these targets, and I added a little blob to it so you can see it, so you can see where you aim. And I thought, oh, I can do that again, but here, and then I can add a splash to it. Unfortunately, this splash works on this screen. There's no way I can get it to appear in the game, and I don't know why that is, because this one, just a single frame, no problem. And I know that in some games they actually allow you to customize your character, and so they build up the character with different nodes, and then each node has a different animation set, which could be the body or just the t-shirt or just the shoes, right? So you can switch them in and out. So I don't know, I just don't understand how I mess this up. But messing it up to a little creative thinking. And so I decided to make a blueprint, and then when you drop in the water, it spawns this particular character, the BP splash. It spawns this one where you are at that point in time, and that's what you see. So what I do is I turn on that one single frame of animation for like a splash, and then I spawn one of these in at that spot, separate from the player character, and so I get the animation. But then once I had it in the game, I realized like, oh, this is just auto-playing. So let's just add it at the waterfall. So that's how I ended my game dev on Wednesday while working. The only trick, of course, is that the Z stays the same. So even if I, from our point of view, walk past the splash, the player is still underneath. I'm sure it's a little hard to see. I think for this, it doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get stuff to work. Okay, one more dive. So now what I need to do is, in order for that dive to look better, do I need to do something, or do I need to be wise with the little time I have? Shift, Command, right caret in notes increases the size. Why not Command plus like with everything else? I guess we'll just never know. Do I improve add frames animation to the dive flipbook, not Facebook, flipbook? That's what the animation sequences in Unreal Engine 5 are called. So if I add frames of animation, the reason I'd like to do that is that so instead of just diving horizontally in one frame and then splash stand upright when he should be swimming, if I add some frames of animation, I could actually make him go like this and into the water. Or do I make the water's edge and river blueprint so that he actually goes swimming? Choices. Okay, well, I guess I feel like making the dive animation because I know I can get the swimming to work. I had it before, but then it stopped working. Just ease into it, just add a few frames only for the dive to the left. Aseprite is still open. I made a separate, so in my initial run, I made all of the animations in one Aseprite file so that I can export it with JSON, which is awesome. Saves a lot of time. And then I started making these dive animations separately, drawing a layer of water on top of the same dive. So yeah, so dive left, I guess this is where we're going to work. Should the going into the water be the same animation, or should it be a separate sequence? Okay, let's just draw the final frame first, like this. Then M for the marquee tool. How do I rotate again? There we go. So that's rotating. That took way more time than it should. This one should be... That'll work. So I'm enjoying making this, but I'm already realizing like this is probably way too many frames of animation. Unless I play it pretty quickly, because the whole jump is supposed to be like 0.7 seconds before you get that splash. What's this? What's this frame? I deleted stuff. Oh no, of course, this is off. That's why I'm working on a single frame now. Reframe. So we can duplicate this one, reframe. Then the first frame of animation, we're going to just change it up a bit, like that. So we're going to use the extra space we have. We're going to use the extra space we have in the frame to make him move a bit more rather than getting somewhere. Okay, new frame, V, okay, undo. Right, clearly there's a lot of stuff on the background. Maybe we can still add a bit more animation. Make sure we're on the correct layer, click with V, and see, and then it sticks it out more. This is where we want to be, right? Okay, so now I only want these frames of animation in the. I don't want to have to export all of those colorful tags as well. I just want this tag. How am I going to get that in? That is for the next section.
So let's get some developer food videos. This one.